Hey everybody, I am canning sauerkraut today. We have this huge crock right here, and we have been fermenting cabbage for about 3 or 4 weeks at least. So what I am doing today is canning it. So I got my whole kitchen tore up canning. So what I do is dip it out of that crock, put it over here on the stove, and warm it up to get it hot. So I got 2 pots going of sauerkraut, getting it nice and hot because you want to put hot food into a hot jar, and that's how we're going to can it. And then I put them in my canner, 15 minutes for the pints, 20 minutes for the quart, and then I let them sit for 5 minutes. So the way I heat my jars up is I put them up there in the microwave. Those are some quarts getting ready to get filled, and I'll show you filling them up in a minute. These are a set of 8 pints that I just made. I just took them out of the canner, and they are very hot. We are letting them cool off. So that was the first batch that come out. I did a set of pints. So now I am getting ready to take this and fill these quart jars up, and I will try to get that on film as I do it. All right, I'm going to bring this hot pot of my kraut over here, and I usually just set it right here, and I get my hot jars down here, and I'm going to start stuffing them here with kraut. I just bring a few down at a time, put this in here, and then I'm going to start grabbing this out of here, and some of the juice goes in at the same time, and that's fine because I usually top them off with a little bit of juice at the end. So I just take and kind of smush it down a little bit, and then I'm going to top it off with some juice. So I kind of just look at them. I got a little bit more head space there. And then I will put one over here and start filling this one up. The quarts go a lot faster, but I wanted to do some pints because sometimes you don't want to eat a whole quart, especially if it's just one person eating it. All right, so I'm going to do it like that. Maybe one more thing here. Get it pushed down in there good. And see, that can take a little bit more. That's good. Let's see. Maybe another little smidgen here. And then I reach down in here and get a little bit of the juice. And I'm going to top it off with a little bit of juice, just so it's not so dry in the thing. All right, now I take a paper towel. I don't use vinegar. I just wipe it with a paper towel. And I don't even heat these things up anymore, y'all. I used to heat them up, but I've seen a lot of people don't heat them up, and they always seal, so I cut that step out. The jars are nice and hot when you put them on here. And then you just hand tight that and set it aside, and that's what we're going to put in our canner once I get them all filled up. I'll just do 2 right now and show you that. And then we're just going to water bath them. These are going to be 20 minutes in the boiling water. And then we're going to let them sit in there for 5 minutes and take them out. And then just wait for the lids to pop. So that's it. I'm going to continue on to fill all these up. All right, I got them all packed. Now I'm going to set them in the canner and then lower them down. I think 7 fit. Yeah, 7 fit. Put these gloves on here because this canner is hot. So then you just lower them down into it and make sure, I don't think it's not going to overflow. All right, now I'm going to set the timer because this water is already boiling. I'll set that timer for 20 minutes. And this is what's called the water bath. They're going to water bath for 20 minutes, and I'm going to turn the heat off and take the lid off and let them sit for 5 more minutes. All right, they've been in the water bath for 20 minutes, so now I'm going to turn the eye off, turn the heat off. I'm going to take the lid off, and I'm going to set the lid over here on my sink. And they have to stay in there for 5 minutes, so let me set my timer. 5 minutes, and then I'll show you when we take them out. All right, it's been 5 minutes, so I'm going to reach in and pull one out. Bring it over here and set it right there. And then I usually wipe mine off with a towel, and because I have hard water here, so it kind of leaves a little white film on it sometimes from the calcium in the well. So I'll just go ahead and wipe it off, and then I make sure that the lid is tight because sometimes they come a little bit loose. And then we'll just wait for that to pop and it'll be all done.